Hello, Rand. Just want to start things off by saying that I don't think I'm fully over this cold yet. I'm at like 70%. So I'm probably not going to still be as high energy as normal, but I am feeling a lot better. My day's been pretty good. I did sleep for most of it again, because I'm still trying to sleep off this cold. I'm just grabbing a cough drop at the moment. That's why I have yet to actually start anything. Because my throat is still fairly congested. I have listened to those tracks you sent, though. They were nice. Hello, AI. Well, as I just explained, I'm at about 70%. My throat is still congested, but that's about it. The game's just messing with you, Rand. Also, AI, it's snowing because Canada. It's actually snowed here a few times through the night. None of it's stuck, but it has snowed. And it has left everywhere being a giant sheet of ice. Because for about the past week, we've had almost nothing but rain. Except at night, when it gets really cold. I forgot to do my spins. Oh yeah, this is already working decently well. What does this have normally? Ink Saver Main. You know what? I will take this one. Because sub power up. Alright, I was using a blaster last time. Okay, it's Tower. Tower's gonna be followed by Rainmaker. Yeah, that's not bad. Hello, Robotic. I mean, at least this time you seem to be getting through them better. Because you're not trying to draw upon what happened in everything else as well. I would be so lost. I got lost with the one I was reading, so I can only imagine the longer one. Ah, yeah, I could do League. Or it's just really the... I think there's only 3 of us here currently that would play. I'll just set up a pair lobby for now. That is assuming AI would even want to play. Yeah, that's fine. I'm using a blaster. I'm going to be pretty bad. Wait, what was... Did I have all my proper equipment on? Yes, I do. Alright, I just know last stream you didn't want to play, so, you know. So if we get a 4th, we could easily do a quad. There's another staff! That looks like a Discord tag. I should add them just to message at them imposter and then just block them or something. No, I wouldn't want to block them, but... I swear, if they're using it undercover, They are not. They're using the Kensa Splatter Shot, which is just something everyone uses, but you know. Did I just body block your shot? Okay, I didn't. Ow. Killed by a little cuber. Or ill cuber. I'm gonna call him little cuber. It's not bloody. Ow. I should really be paying attention to immediate threats. I mean, I have very little faith that we'll actually pull this off. So... Ow. I was killed by the imposter. Ow. And then I was killed by my own incompetence. Man, I'm playing badly tonight. So that basically confirms it is actually a Discord tag. Ow. Well, I think I saved the sniper's life. Because I know there's always a chance that it's a BattleNet tag, because they work under the same system. Of like short, usually short name followed by #, plenty of numbers. It has a lot of run speed for a Nautilus. I'm guessing they probably have it set to, only friends can message them. I mean, that would make sense if you're gonna go with the whole, you know, giving out your Discord tag on the Switch. Well, we've put up a good fight, all things considered. But I think here's, yeah, here's where we meet our end. Who would have thought that 2 snipers, a dynamo roller, and a regular blaster would not be able to beat that many turfable weapons? We had, like, no turfing. Or no reliable turfing, I should say. Yeah, you did. And I had more kills than you for once. Just remember, AI, if you do get to the point where you can message that imposter, be nice to them. And of course, this time we have a Octobrush, which is significantly better for turf. Ah, jeez, I'm out of ink. I was out of ink. Oh, they have beacons. Their beacons are pretty garbage, but they do still exist. No cotton. Ow. Well, that might make our 4th if you feel up for league battles there, Cotton. Ow. Double kill! Fair enough. Ow. So much chip damage, yet no kills. I'm so bad right now. I'm dead. Eh. I should probably just stop blindly throwing myself at them. But I feel like it's working, so I mean... How did I miss that? I just watched the Octobrushes derpily fight in the back. Oh, jeez. Oh. Did he now? Yeah, I'll booyah anyway, because the dualies still died. Ow. Oh. It's the point where you just go, nah, I'm just watching a streamer who was in that match. And who you were being an imposter of. I tried. My Incresist failed me. Yeah, let's get a quad going. See how badly we can fail there. Can't be any worse than here. And I mean, to be fair, you get people like me on Discord who, like, my in-game name is Steph, but my Discord name is Seth Aruda, so... But I was just blindly throwing myself at them. Which probably wasn't helping much. It's fine. I mean, I'm still partially sick. So... And I'm using a blaster. I just got reminded of a video I ended up finding and watching, like, I think it was yesterday. Well, I mean, we gotta wait for AI anyway, so... It's fine. There, Cotton. But, I was watching a video yesterday of someone being like, huh, the Switch Online, is it worth it? And, like, the general consensus of this person's, video was that, oh, well, about, like, 70-ish% of his audience found the online service just alright. You know, it was a decent experience with minimal issues kind of thing. And that made it bad because connecting to randoms in Smash is terrible, basically. To which my only thought throughout the entire video was, that sounds like a problem with ISPs, not exactly Nintendo themselves. Yeah, the Switch Online connection method sucks. Peer-to-peer is not great. But the main reason why it sucks so much is because bad ISPs exist. And bad internet connections. I mean, I could message him like that AI, I just can't be bothered. I'd have to move my coffee, and I'm currently not in a position where I could type on my keyboard. Though I think the most annoying thing from this guy's video, and I even forget who it was that made it. It was just randomly in my recommendeds and I decided to click on it. Was just the idea that the Switch Online service should still be on par with Sony's and Microsoft's, even though it's literally a third of the price. I'm still not gonna be able to type anything at him. I can't reliably type on my keyboard at the moment. I'm sitting at an odd angle. And once again, my coffee's in the way. I have my coffee in front of my keyboard. But, like, I will never try and say, like, the Switch Online service is actually, like, a great service. Because it's not great. It's good. It's not great. It could be better. But to argue that Nintendo should be giving everyone a free AAA game every month and, you know, access to all this other stuff and have dedicated servers for, on average, $20 a year... Yeah, that's... They would be losing money on their service if they did that. The only way the other two don't lose money on it is they tend to give you rather old AAA games that a lot of people probably already own. And they've already made their money from. Oh, hey, it's a clan. We got this. I don't have quite the range of the undercover. Yeah, jeez, I'm out of ink. I'm gonna just do this. Yeah, jeez. Ow. Hello, my catty... My cat Hello, my cat. I didn't know she knew how to use computers. Though I say that, we did have a cat that understood how to use PlayStation controllers. Well, understood how to press buttons. And liked pressing buttons. And liked messing with anyone who was playing on the PlayStation. By walking up and just starting to bap random buttons. Darn it. That was one of the worst throws I could have ever made. Ow. One of them has opening gambit. I approve of that. It's such a rare thing to see. Ow. If only that could have been a direct hit. I like it as well, but I will fully admit it's kind of garbage. Ow. It's a fun ability. It's not very good, but it is fun. Ow. Splat Pro's dead. I know by the time that actually got to you guys, he was alive again, but, you know. Ow. Frickin' 3-hit Splat Pros. Well, technically 2-hit. I still want to know who thought it was a good idea to give the Splattershot Pro damage up. Like, it did not need that. I get some weapons probably did, but the Splattershot Pro was not one of them. It just wasn't. Double kill! I can stop you. That is the thing. True, but it's still, with all the main power-up, it still is just a better .52. It's more accurate. It has better range, better kits. Like, well, not in general better kits, but it's more accurate. It's less dependent on RNG. Like, that's kind of my problem with the thing, is that it is just, in a lot of ways, a better .52. Purely because Defense Up doesn't also exist. If Bomb Defense Up actually gave Defense Up as well, then I would be perfectly okay with it. Because then at least there would be something to stop it from being effectively a two-hit kill. It's still gonna be decently reliant on RNG being in your favor, though. And lost connection. Back to this again, are we? Fair enough. Alright, Rand. Looks like we might be out of fourth. See if we can find a fourth. Maybe it'll be the imposter. I'm tempted to put the call out on the Discord. Because that usually results in somebody showing up. But that is going to be awkward typing. I could just grab my phone, but then I'd be typing that message out for like the next 5 minutes. I don't know how you youths type on phones. I barely know how to hold the darn thing. I feel so old. See if I can manage this. There we go. I should have put an @ here. I mean, there's one big difference between you and I there, AI. You've probably had a phone a lot longer than I have. And also, that's just how cats work. It will wait until you're in the middle of something and cannot possibly pet it to walk up and be like, okay, I want pets now. And then when you don't, it'll be like, fine then, and just storm off. I should really have done an @ here or @ everyone. There we go. And honestly, even with typing with thumbs, I honestly don't think I could. My thumbs are a bit too fat for that. Like, even turning the phone sideways, they're still just a bit too fat for, the buttons, and I'll end up pushing, like, 2 or 3. But that's just the problem with touchscreens. It's probably not that cold. Says the person that, you know, is basically cold resistant. But, you know... I mean, I can't type on keyboards that well either. I can, but I don't type fast. Cats are just kind of jerks. That's how they work. Like, even my cat, even though she was the sweetest thing to me, she was a jerk to everybody else. Like, I know I've mentioned this before, but I feel I need to mention it again, because I still just love this. This stray cat, when I was 5, basically was found by my mother, would only respond to the name of Pee-wee, and the moment that cat saw me, she claimed me as hers. Like, my mother had been, you know, not looking too hard, but looking for a possible owner for Pee-wee, and couldn't find one. She had checked everywhere. We lived in a small town. If somebody owned her, it would have been pretty obvious. Hey, there we go. But, like, the cat just claimed me. And I wasn't gonna deny it. It was my first cat. But, like, she was an absolute jerk to everybody but me. Yeah, cats will do that. So, hello, Justin. Like, even the point of, like, when I was in the relationship with my ex, which I have gone over to a certain degree on stream here, it wasn't a good relationship. Little Pee-wee, as small as she was about the size of a kitten, would literally sit in my doorway and just kind of growl at everybody that wanted to come into my room. Even though she was literally on death's doorstep. She was just like, no, this is my human. I am protecting it to the end. You were a good cat owner, then. Allergic, but still loves. And also, yeah, for reference of how slow of a typer I am. I thought I was dead. Basically, someone bought me Welcome to the Game a while back to play for the stream. Because, you know, it's a horror game. They wanted me to play a horror game. I legitimately couldn't play the game, not because I was too spooked, but because I could not type fast enough. I legitimately just couldn't play the game because I'm just that crap at typing. Ow. Ow! Frickin' brushes. Bob Rossin all over the place. I keep forgetting they can be up there. Jeez, I am not used to this map in ranked, even though it's one of the maps I've played the most in ranked. Okay, they have beacons. They don't look like good beacons, though. They also have 2 beacon weapons on their team. Ow. Well, I took out one of them. I thought the Ultra Stamp was done. Oh, they have a mini and a ballpoint. I was like, I keep swearing they had a ballpoint. But no, they have both. That's why I keep getting confused. Ow. I traded! It wasn't a good trade, but I traded. We have such a long way to go, and we are not gonna make it. Yeah, here's the end. Good effort, though. I'm not exactly good at staying alive. I need to get better at this whole living thing. That was fun. Yeah, it's fun, Justin? I'm gonna try to slosh them. I should at some point do like a words per second or whatever words per whatever it is for typing. Test just to see how fast I actually type. Because I used to think I typed pretty fast, and then once I learned I can't even type fast enough to play some crappy horror game, you know. That was the moment of, oh, I can't type. I have gotten to the point where I don't have to look at my keyboard anymore. For quite a while I did, because I didn't know where the buttons were. I've just learned... I learned the keyboard thanks to StarCraft, of all things. Because I had to learn where all those hotkeys were. And because I'd for a while, I was trying to be just someone who could play random race and still do well. I had to learn where every hotkey was, and that was basically the entire keyboard. There's a few buttons that are never used, but... it is a lot of the keyboard. It's even more of the keyboard when you go back to the first StarCraft, like Brood War. Like, jeez, a lot of those buttons is just like, why? Why is it this button? Ow. Hi, Splat Pro. Ow. I hate that. I hate the Splat Pro so much. Ow. Like, it used to be one of my more favorite weapons. But now I just kind of hate it. Ow. Every death so far has been to it. At least on my part. Hello, Retros. Ow. Darn ink armor and its uselessness. But not every death has been from it so far now. So I died to the blaster. Right, Joy-Con, this is not a good time to be disconnecting. Yeah, I think this is the end. Or not quite. Well, maybe. hate Splat Pro so much. I think I was over half of his kills. What's the other one? Nah, this is probably the better Tri-Slosher kit. $49.9 is not a damage that thing should ever be able to reach. I get that there are other weapons that are equally as good at splatting people, but the Splattershot Pro was fine at a 3-hit kill. Yeah, that's pretty normal. Whenever I get sick, I'll normally feel pretty fine when I wake up. And then about some point throughout the day, I'll feel like I've been hit by a dump truck, and I'll be sick now. Oh jeez, I fell. Welcome back, Robotic. Welcome to me using the triple bucket. Because it's like one of the 2 buckets I can actually use. And it has ink armor, which is apparently good. Ow. Have I even managed to save up for the ink armor once yet? Very carefully. That's how you do it, AI. Let's try and get my ink armor. See if it can maybe help. I don't think it will. It's too garbage for that. Especially if there's only 2 of us alive. Well, may as well use it anyway. Ow. Sad face. I'm about to get destroyed by that Hydra again. Oh, I took the blaster with me. Timed that very wrong. Ow. So, Robotic, could you possibly let Geary know that we don't currently need a 4th? I don't know if she knows or not. I haven't had a chance to stop and tell her. Ow. Okay, we might need a 4th again. Never mind. That was a bit of lag. Ow. GG's. I don't think I'm doing bad with the Tri-Slosher. No problem, Cotton. I'm going to ready just so it stops beeping at me. Don't like the beep. Oh yeah, I feel I should note, if anyone who has heard me talking about Azure Lane wants to give it a try and hasn't yet, literally the 10th is probably, well now, technically, is the best time to get started. Because literally they're doing an event rerun of one of the best events they've done. Like, on the 10th. Yeah, it's okay, Robotic. I mean, I don't overly mind it, Justin, but it can get a little annoying, I will admit. But it's not like I'm immune to it either, so I have done it in the past. Usually when someone's like DM'd me on Discord being like, hey, I need your advice, it's like, oh god, I'm in the middle of something. I will still try to help though. Ugh, excuse me. We need the memes. I'm trying to slosh. What other meme could you need? Hey, we have a fourth. I don't exactly know who that is. Welcome, whoever that is. Well, I mean, you're not playing, so I mean, this is fine if you chat all you want, Robotic. I mean, that is what Justin said. Doesn't like when people type in chat while they are playing in matches with us. And lost connection. Beautiful. I swear, that's like almost every other match. I don't think there's much of a need for me to be a tri-slosher anymore, though. But I shall stick with it. Three try, and then a remix. Alright, Rand. Bucket. I need a soundboard, so I can just push a button and have just Bucket play. That would be great. Oh hey, they have a tri-slosh as well. They are also trying to slosh. We are going to have a decent amount of ink armor. That is the one takeaway from all of this. Oh jeez. Yeah. Run speed for the win. Ow. I don't know if I should be running swim speed or run speed. Ow. This is somehow almost working. Ow. Oh, no. None of that, Robotic. Oh, no. None of that. None of that. Though, honestly, I would take that currently on Imgur over what Imgur has kind of just become since I had last poked at it before my nap. Like, it's currently just all about China right now, and it's like, guys. I just want memes. I don't need none of this China stuff. Ow. Ow. I'll try a swim speed kit. I don't know how much my run speed is actually helping. Is the biggest problem. Ow. I didn't even see the splat bomb. There was too much burst bomb rush going on. No, Aiden. I mean, like, one caps lock message isn't that bad. Just don't, like, fully spam out caps lock stuff. So, hello, Despair. Well, this is what I'm feeling using this Tri-Slosher. I am not a Tri-Slosher. Ow. I'm not a bucket in general. Though I say that, I mean, I'm not a blaster either, and I've done pretty good with those. 88. Not that levels really matter past 30. We took the lead! Yes, I do get that, Aiden. I can guarantee you both Robotic and myself are excited for that. Hello, Detective Evil. I am gonna put this bucket away. I cannot. No, I was gonna try a swim speed kit, but my right Joy-Con just disconnected. It doesn't want me to switch. I have not yet. I'll be honest. I tend to prioritize the songs that Rand sends because he tends to ask about them the most. So yeah, I'll go swim speed with this and see how that works, and then if it doesn't work much better, I'll just go back to the blaster. Oh, jeez. So we got 2 flings and a dynamo, and then just me. I am the only reliable turf. And disconnection. Every other match, I swear. Every other match. It just breaks. I don't understand. I'm trying to make sure I get to everything. It looks like AI did not get back in fast enough. The dynamo slowed you down a little too much. My leg's asleep. Weird that my left leg would be asleep. Oh, hey, it's Japan o'clock! I mean, it'd be kind of unfair to everyone here, Xylander, if I just restart for no reason. The only times I end up restarting a lobby is if it disconnects. That is the only time I will do it. Oh, I'm so short range. A Japanese Clash Blaster. I never thought I'd have to face this. I am definitely noticing the lack of my run speed. Yeah, I think run speed is better. I was so tempted, though, to with the Here We Are in the Future to reference Spinel. I was so tempted. Ow. Yeah, I don't think I finished the thought, but I do plan on getting to every track that is shared in the music room. It's just... yeah, getting to them all when I've been sick and sleeping most of the time is not exactly the easiest. Like, I only got to the tracks that Randid sent, like, tonight. Ow. Even though he sent them, like, last Sunday. I wonder if burst canceling is still a thing. For those who don't know, that was a term for in the first game, throwing a burst bomb and then swinging your weapon really fast. It generally made for faster kills on a few weapons. A lot of weapons, it was not faster though. I know the Tri-Slosher, though, it was. It would speed up your kill by, like, 3 frames. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's still a faster kill. Wouldn't save you from a carbon roller, but it would definitely get a kill faster than a regular roller. Alright, Justin. So we should have a slot open up, I suppose. Yeah, we kinda got wrecked. I take partial responsibility, because switching to swim speed was not a good idea. I did not realize how light the Tri-Slosher actually was. Oh, I'm actually not unready, because I have to use the washroom. I shall be back in about a minute. Alright, Rand, have a good night. I have returned. See, this looks like a much more well-rounded team. It's strange when we end up having that. We usually don't have well-rounded teams. Double kill! Oh, jeez. Ah! I'm feeling kind of mean. No, I'm not. I'm more just saying we tend to have pretty memey teams. That's what I mean, but we don't normally have a well-rounded team. It's like, we usually have either memes or everybody using the same class of weapon. I felt mean. I think I splatted all of them once, or at least twice. I think the only one I didn't get twice was, like, the blaster. I'm totally not a blaster main, though. Also, welcome back, AI. I don't know if I said that already. My brain still isn't fired on all cylinders. What? I don't understand what you were saying, AI. What is this entity of which you speak of? Still really wish the ink armor on that applied immediately. Oh, we had a disconnect. Littlewood, no! Ow. No wonder they're making a comeback. Ow. Plus I can't aim. Be very confused, because you shouldn't be able to, at least to me, because I don't have partner, or affiliate, or whatever it is. Whichever one the first stage is, I don't have it yet. I would be very confused as to how you did it. So I do have a Patreon. I still need to think of, like, a good reward for people on the Patreon. I'm honestly thinking of setting up, like, separate, some separate Discord channels specifically for people that donate through Patreon. That let them have a little more say than everyone else does. Because, like, I don't want to end up, like, paywalling the entire Discord. That would feel just rude and scummy. Especially where I have it public as it stands. But it would also feel wrong to not be able to give anything to anyone that threw money at me. Because at that point, they're technically funding me continuing. So... I have also been tempted to set up Streamlabs' donation thing for people that just want to throw a one-time donation. I just don't know how that exactly works, so I haven't bothered. I think I set it up a while back when I first grabbed Streamlabs, just to play it safe. Like, for the same reason why I created a Patreon so early, was I am very much a better safe than sorry type of person. I did not want someone else to go, hey, I can get money out of this, and make a Patreon in my name or something. Because I wouldn't put it past people on the internet to do that. I can only imagine how many Markiplier Patreons exist, or PewDiePies, or Jacksepticeye's, or the Paul Brothers, you know. Of people just trying to make money off of other people's fandoms. Now we need a fourth again. Because Damien exploded. Like, if I had some money up front, I would create, like, some legitimate, like, actual rewards for Patreon. And actually, like, set up a donation tier level system thing. But I don't have the capital up front to do that kind of thing. Just from my rough math, I would want at least, like... just to play it safe, at least, like, $500 just sitting around that I can safely put towards that kind of thing. Because while it would technically mean I would be making less money from each donation tier, people would at least be getting something. Other than the content they could get for free. So yeah, if you're still around, Zylander, we do have an open spot again. I'll give it like 2 minutes. See if we get anybody. My gear has good abilities. Kind of. I have like 2 specific kits, and that's about it. It's either run speed or swim speed. Nothing else. Because my main power-up kit is not enough main power-up for really any weapon. Except, like, the Hydra. And past that, like, I haven't had a reason to get anything else. Like, I've been thinking of, like, I suppose I have my special charge kit. So I have 3 kits. But even it could be a lot better. Yeah, that's what I was doing for the longest time until some things just started rolling nice. And I just stuck with them. Which is why for the longest time, back when the stream was... Why is someone using an undercover in tower control? Oh, you poor soul. Do you not realize you are going to get pushed around so much? Oh jeez, I'm out of ink. Darn it! If this was a Luna, I would have lived! Ow. I'm feeling mean again. Oh, that guy has Haunt. I still really wish Haunt worked like it used to, of giving you bonuses when you are, like, point censored. Ow. I need to get faster at using my special so I can try and save a bit more of it. Ow. I mean, I suppose with them avoiding the tower like they are, they're not doing the worst. I'm gonna die. Yep. Ink storms. Blech. It took just a tad bit too much damage. I just noticed there's a jellyfish in the ball cage thing. Ah, jeez, I'm out of ink. Ow. I don't feel that mean anymore. I think it's because I realized I was kind of going tryhard and I stopped. That's so annoying. When you try to fire the blaster when you have no ink, it still treats it as if you fired for your ink recovery, so you don't recover ink again for like a second. Which gets really frustrating when, you know, you're in a position where you have to be retreating because you're out of ink, and you just need that one shot. Ink recovery lag sucks. Oh, jeez. 23 splats. And that's when I realized halfway through the match and started going easier on the enemy team. Jeez. I think I've officially passed the threshold where I can even just say I'm just good at this game. I think I'm better than good at this point, if I actually try. Can only imagine how much better I would be with a properly working controller. I swear I'm not a blaster main either. I have been using it a lot lately, so that probably has something to do with it. That poor undercover, though. That's why I don't use my undercover in tower control, is A, there are blasters around. Blasters are like the mortal enemy of the undercover. Because, well, they one-shot your shield, and then they one-shot you in the same amount of time it takes you to kill them. I am at S+0, and it'll probably never get any higher. You know what? That's a thing I might do. Only it would be definitely for like a donation thing. Is like, if someone donates X amount of money, I'll play Clam Blitz. But that would only work when it's actually in the rotation. Splat Zones is good. It's Turf War, but smaller. So I guess by that definition, you also don't like Turf War. Yeah, never let a blaster get you in a straight line from them. That is like the worst thing you could ever do. Ow. I don't understand why Splashdown has to be so bad. Like, I get it's kind of intended to be used with super jumping. I honestly still disagree with that as a use for it, because it just feels broken. Because there really is no counterplay to it. I mean, yeah, it stops you from camping a super jump point, but so does just not super jumping. They can't cap... Bleh. They can't camp your point if you don't jump. Ow. I have not retros. You'll learn I've not heard of a lot of things. GG. Sloshing Machine is pretty good. It is very light and can 2-hit kill. If you get direct hits. Also, a direct hit and a splash hit will splat. 3 splash hits will splat. Okay, so it is a person. Yeah, I know even fewer people than I know things, so... Poor Rand. Steph, do you know this music group? No. How about this one? No. How about this one? Nope. He has tried so hard to find a group that I actually know, and he has not succeeded. I mean, it doesn't really need damage up. Like, all of the buckets are really good on damage. They're just heavy, for the most part. Like, I would honestly, if any of them, I would probably give damage up to the Explosher. As potentially terrifying as that sounds. Purely because it feels weak to me. It sounds familiar, Justin, but I don't think I've ever actually heard of them. Or know of them. I think I've just heard someone mention the name before. Hello, Average. I'm still getting to doing a TF2 stream. I've been sick. And when I'm sick, I tend to just play easy games. And by that I mean easy to stream games. Which Splatoon is very easy to stream. TF2 not so much. There's a lot more I need to pay attention to because bigger teams. That sounds familiar to me. That was an early 2000s song, wasn't it? I was killed by a Kyle! So yeah, I've probably heard it, but purely because radio wars in my house. There, I super jumped for once. Are you guys proud of me? I actually used one of the base mechanics of the game. Ow. Alright. I can't get to it right now, it'll have to be later. I didn't plan on it. I mean, if I were to try and play it right now, the stream probably wouldn't hear it, because I think Streamlabs is set up to find my TV. Which it currently can't do. Hearing Night of Nights just makes me think it's just a night where Knights from Nights into Dreams is just kind of soaring around the place, creating mischief. Man, who here knows of that game? Other than Robotic, if she's still here. I know she knows of that game. I bought it for her. You're like a unicorn then, Justin. It is so rare to find someone that knows of Nights into Dreams. How does one keep a Discord server alive? I don't know. Is mine technically alive? It has, like, AI and, like, 2 other people that just routinely say things, and everyone else is just, like, dead silent. I suppose the best way is just try and keep interaction alive. Yeah, it's like AI, Justin, Anissa when she's around. Those are like Nautilus. He's also a fairly active chatter when he's around. But that's like 4 people out of 50 plus. I kind of want to try and be more active there, but it's a lot of the time I'll end up server muting the Discord because I'm sleeping. And Discord notifications legitimately give me anxiety. Like, the sound gives me anxiety. So I'll server mute it, and then I'll be like, oh crap, I server muted it like 20 minutes from stream time. And look, and there's been like hundreds of messages. And I'm like, oh. Oh no. Ow. Yeah, it's just you haven't been around long enough for me to count you in the active chat, like the average chatters, I should say. Yes, Nights into Dreams is the one on the Dreamcast. With rings that you fly through and just nightmare creatures. I should probably really be paying attention and trying. Ran out of ink. So you are also a unicorn average. It is also on Steam. Like, Sega released it onto Steam a while back. And it plays really well, surprisingly well, on mouse and keyboard. Mostly keyboard. I was not paying attention really at all. I probably should have been. Retros, check your Discord settings, like the little gear thing down by your name in the bottom left. Yeah, the bottom left. And make sure it's actually set to the right microphone. Go into that, voice and video, and check what microphone it's attached to. It'll start by default, like that'll be its options for speaker and microphone. And quite often, if you, like, say you're on a laptop that has a built-in microphone, that'll be the default. Like, I quite often have to go in and change the settings from my headset microphone, which isn't bad, but oh jeez, still kind of sucks, to my Blue Snowball, which is the microphone I am currently using. This is not gonna go well. I hope you guys know that. Be prepared for ink recovery lag if none of you are used to using these things. Also, be prepared for them to feel very heavy. Because on top of ink recovery lag, you have ink entering lag. Darn it. I saw that hit the wall, but it didn't turf it. Ow. To be fair, I've never seen any of you use a blaster before, so... Ow. Yep, no problem. You can also set up a shortcut to mute your microphone if that is something you want to do. How are we losing to a team with 2 snipers? Well, I know how, but, you know. Turn it. Too bad this isn't the first Splatoon. We'd actually probably be kicking their butts if it was, because blasters were just brokenly powerful in that game. Ow. I have 2 words that summarize the first Splatoon. Damage up. Nearly every weapon used it, and the weapons that couldn't get any use out of it weren't played. Like, that is why there is no damage up in Splatoon 2, or at least there wasn't until main power-up made it a thing. Hate that ink recovery lag. Really wish it wouldn't apply after shots where you don't actually fire anything. Ow. Like, say, when it came to snipers in the first game, everyone used the E-liter, because it had the longest range and the same kill time as every other charger because of damage up. An E-liter scope could kill you before he even entered the scope. And at maximum range. And the maps were also a lot smaller, too. The E-liter could almost shoot across most maps. The .96 gal was never used, purely because they did nerf its damage output, to the point where it only dealt 52 damage. Which you might know is the gimmick of the .52. It at one point did deal more, apparently, but it was deemed too powerful, so they cut its damage down to the same as the .52, leaving its fire rate and everything else the same. Ow. Yeah, I mean, the first Splatoon is still a good game. Don't take what I'm saying as it's bad. It is unbalanced, but it's still good fun. Like, I really miss the bubbler. I honestly wish the bubbler would have made a comeback. I mean, we've only got time for really one more thing, so we may as well try and get a junior team going. If I can even find one. We're gonna have so much ink armor. But we're not gonna have voice communication to actually do this properly, so we're gonna have the ink armor overlapping ink armor. Yeah, I saw you sent the video, but I can't listen to it now, Retros. I'm in the middle of streaming. Ow. I didn't even really look at the thumbnail, so... I could probably go back and get that achievement. But at the same time, I'm not really one for achievements in games, so... Ow. And I'm also gonna be honest, part of my determining if someone is cute or not is their personality. So... It's a rather big part of it, too. Ow. And map rotation. I really need to get better at playing medic again. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a bad pub medic, but I used to be so much better than I was my last couple streams I did. Back when I actually played the game semi-regularly. I take decent amount of pride in the fact I was a pub medic that could decide games. Now, what is it now? Rainmaker. Okay. May as well keep this league train going as long as we can. So I'm gonna go back to the blaster. Alright, Detective Evil. Okay, I guess Zylander's leaving. Like, I distinctly remember one match where, and the enemy team was basically crying out hacks, to which one of the better players on the team I was on, which, come to me finding out later on, was like a YouTuber who was rather popular, made the comment of, no, we just have a good medic and you guys don't. And I was the only medic on the team. It's like, well then. But that was like nearly 5 years ago at this point. Back when I could reliably keep my Uber on 2 people, occasionally stretching it to 3 if they were close enough together. Stretching it to 3 is not the best idea, because if the enemy team is competent, well, they'll just kill off somebody. But they will generally only get 1 person. But if that 1 person is, well, your best pocket, then, you know, it tends to go badly from there. I feel like I should get an object shredder pair of shoes. Like, try for object shredder and then get 3 subs of swim speed on it. And then get another one with 3 subs of run speed, so I have 1 for each weapon kit. Without losing much of my maneuverability. Alright, retros. Their Splat Pro has the Rainmaker. That seems very counterproductive. The Junior or Octobrush should be carrying it. Especially the Octo, because it's not placing beacons. No, it's the Kensa. It can't place beacons. I saw the square. Yeah, the Octo should definitely be the one carrying it. Ran out of ink. Darn it. Yeah, that can be really annoying, but that's just something you have to take being a pub medic. There will be dumb teams, and there is nothing you can do about it. You just have to find the... In cases like that, you just have to find the noobiest noob you've ever seen and latch onto them. Or just the bravest pyro. Both work. As I mentioned in the match where I believe we first encountered each other, you were just the only teammate that I could reliably count on to keep me alive. I think we just kind of lose here. Or not. Ow. 3 of them are dead, but the Splat Pro is still alive. Like, I have definitely found that, Gibbous Pyros are some of the best people to pocket. They will show precisely 0 fear, and will just walk forward. Unless you end up finding the fake Gibbous. In which case, those people are the worst to pocket, because they play like actual smart Pyros, and, you know, don't know how to play Pyro when they have a medic up their butt. Ow. 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 I love the back burner purely for playing on private servers with just open mics and just kind of going around just going, I have a back burner, just constantly. The amount of people that are like, hey, that's a Star reference is astounding. The Flog is good. A Gibbous Pyro using a Flog is, like, perfect. If you have no one else to pocket that little newbie. All they can do is walk forward. At least if things haven't changed that much. The gibbous flog pyro is just the best. Especially because a lot of the more skilled pyros won't use the flog. I've also had decent luck with the occasional scout. Though that usually depends on how good the scout is. And before, it depended on if I had the quick fix or not. But now, given the regular metagun I can keep up with scouts with now, for some reason, regular metagun. Though I think quick fix would probably still be better for pocketing scouts. But my quick fix isn't strange, so... It's like the only strange weapon I use is my metagun. Last connection. I run flare on a lot of my pyro kits just for the range. At least it hasn't been happening every other match. We've had a fair few without a disconnect. I actually at one point had a gibbous engineer that I was pocketing who did really well. Like, he seemed incredibly shocked in the first place that this medic was healing him. I was mostly just doing it for the temporarily faster Uber charge and to keep my Uber charging. But then I just decided, screw it, everyone else has been letting me down, I'll stick on this little guy. And he would just charge, usually with his wrench, and just start bapping people. Though I will say, I am still very glad that they actually nerfed the extinguisher. That thing was busted. Yeah, I think we lost our fourth. I don't know what happened. So we could use another fourth. Yeah, I might see about doing a TF2 stream tomorrow. I also want to get back to doing some Cube World streams, too. What day is it today? Tuesday. Okay, so... Wouldn't be possibly until next Sunday I could get back to Cube World if I do TF2 tomorrow. I mean, it's progress. I'm gonna give it about a minute. See if anyone will join. And if not, I'll just hop over to some turf war. I thought I could set up some pair lobbies, whichever you guys want. I don't think I've ever actually finished a Half-Life game past the first one. Like, I've played it, like, 2, and then 2 episode 1 and episode 2. But I couldn't really get into either of them. Yeah, privates would not work. If we don't have enough to fill a quad lobby, we definitely don't have enough for a private. But yeah, it's been a minute, so I think I'll just hop over to some turf. Slow down, and I will stop stuttering. Maybe, one of these days. But I am going to change my equipment first. I feel really bad taking blasters into turf war. Wait, forgot to change pants. This looks a bit silly. Yeah, this looks just kind of looks a little silly. This also looks a bit silly, but alright, then we could potentially just do a pair lobby for League there, Justin. But have a good night, Detective Evil. Yeah, I may as well just see about a pair lobby. I'll just keep using the splatter shot anyway. Splat Pro. Because now there's just the two of us, so... eh. Pairs are generally more active anyway. Alright. Remember, if you have snails and you don't want to try and get them at a specific thing, just re-roll gear instead of scrubbing. You still get the ability chunks. But if you're like using a drink or something, then yeah, scrub. Scrub them nice and clean. I actually wonder how much object shredder stuff I've got. Yeah, I have a decent amount. None of it that doesn't need, well, I suppose these don't look terrible. They definitely don't fit the school shirt at all. Ah. Need to level up some more then. Really wish they made it so you could just spend coins on that. Like, I get you can scrub gear with coins. You should be able to reroll with coins too. Just have it cost more. That way coins actually have a purpose. I have made people mad in TF2 before. One was assumably a heavy main who was getting quite angry with me because I was never healing him. this heavy was one of the worst I have ever seen. He was scoring almost at the bottom of the scoreboard, and his reasoning for that was because I wasn't healing him. And I would if he was nearby, but usually he wouldn't be nearby. Before I just stopped playing on 2 Fort, I'd have people get angry with me for setting up my, my Ingi nest in the enemy intel room. Yeah, especially where getting like the chunks from Salmon Run is free, fun, and, well, you'll generally get more of them. Ow. Yeah, I took part in as many Splatfests as I could, so... Even then, I've also spent like 50-odd snails. Ow. That is someone using Ink Resist. Okay. Okay. I can't do a Ness voice. I think I got killed by the... Yep, I got splatted by the barrier. Why did they take it that way, though? Is there a way up over here? Ow. Yeah, I didn't think there was a way up over there. Yeah, basically telling your team that they're doing bad is an easy way of making them very angry. Ow. I've also learned that the same is true when it comes to my oldest brother. I think I am legitimately the reason he has not put really any time into Splatoon 2. Because I had the audacity to point out that, you know, he was just biased about motion controls and not giving them a fair shake. And that was almost undoubtedly what was causing his issues when it came to using them. Ow. Like, I get motion controls are hard to use at first, but they are good, they are reliable. Ow. In my opinion, they're more reliable than the stick controls, especially if you're using Joy-Cons. That's purely because the sticks will start to give out on you. The motion controls won't. At least mine haven't. I mean, yeah, the right Joy-Con turns off occasionally. But that's not so much a problem with the motion controls as it is the Joy-Cons. Ow. Ow. I thought I was safe from that. Whoops. Not very good at this. Ow. Come on, guys, we can do this! No! Sadness. You're the one with the MLP icon, right? Or am I thinking of a different person? I don't even remember what your icon is, and I don't have Steam open, so I can't check. Yep, GG. We tried. I feel like this Splat Pro is not the one I should be using for this. Honestly, I feel like the Kensa is. Kensa is just the all-around best, and it's kind of annoying. I'll be honest, I've been tempted to try watching MLP. I've heard good things about it. With how long it's been going on, there's undoubtedly episodes that even the fans would probably advise skipping. Because that's usually a case with every show that gets more than, like, 2-3 seasons. Like, with SpongeBob, almost every season, there's like 4 or 5 episodes that's... No, just skip it. Just skip it. It's either just Squidward torture XXX, or Patrick being a jerk, Sandy being an obsessive jerk. For like, that is just the episode. And it's like, eh. Fairly Odd Parents has whole seasons that you should skip. Makes me really glad Avatar only ever got 3 seasons. Even though apparently Netflix is making a 4th season for The Last Airbender. And I really don't want that. Like, apparently it's gonna go over, like, what happened to Zuko's mother. There's a comic for that. It'll go over all the loose ends. To which the easiest answer is, there's a comic for that. Just read the comic. Wait, did that seriously happen at some point? I've not exactly kept up that much with SpongeBob, so I don't know exactly what's happened. I failed the jump. Eh. Not sure which show you're referring to, Average. We've mentioned 2 of them, and they're both that long. At least I think MLP has that many seasons. I don't know how many it has. I've still gotta work my way through OKKO and Gravity Falls. So with Gravity Falls, I need to wait on Robotic. Because I was watching it with her, and I don't want to watch further than I've watched without her, because she wants to hear my reactions to things, because she's already watched the show like 2-3 times. I've also heard Loud House is pretty good. I've been tempted to take a peek at it as well. Though I just remembered tomorrow, well, technically 2 days from now, Thursday, I should be getting a new episode of the anime I've been watching. Or started watching. That being the Azure Lane anime. So it's having weekly releases, and it came out, its first episode dropped on the 3rd. That is a surprisingly good anime for what it's based on. Though I say that, what it's based on being just, you know, well, Azure Lane. It kind of does say that it would probably be decent, if nothing else. But the only thing I could really say about their first episode is a lot of it was basically a love letter to the fans of the game. Because there are so many references that people that have never played the game would have no idea. Alright, I shall keep that in mind if I do watch it. Because I also think Season 8 of SpongeBob was equally bad. That was one of those seasons, like 7, 8, or 9. One of them. I think 7 was at the point where it was still kind of good. Ow. Killed by a junior. From what she said, my girlfriend watched a bit of MLP when she was younger, and said it was rather good. I'll be honest, most of the reason I haven't even poked at it before now is the fandom. From like what I've seen online, you either get people like you, which, you know, it's perfectly fine, but they seem to be the minority. Like, at least from what I've seen from online, the majority of the fan base is just kind of creepy, to put it lightly. Like, I've seen some things from that fandom that even now, just thinking back, is, like, nearly activating my gag reflex. And I don't want to mention them because they are just that. Just, ugh. I was never the biggest Resident Evil fan. Between the two, I liked Silent Hill more, and I also wasn't the biggest fan of Silent Hill. The first Silent Hill was pretty good. It was pretty actually kind of scary to like 10, like not. I think it was like 8-year-old me actually. 7-year-old me? Yeah, I was 7 when I played it. Though I honestly think both games got horror wrong. Because horror stops being scary the moment you can shoot back. The moment you can kill the creatures, they're not scary anymore. That's what makes, like, the Eldritch horrors, is they are unkillable. You cannot kill them. You can't win. You will lose. It's inevitable. Though usually you're given the smallest sliver of hope that you might be able to win. Ow. Yeah, I think we're just gonna get steamrolled. Yeah, we're just gonna get steamrolled, I think. I think that's the one thing I've noticed just from seeing gameplay that Silent Hill does have up on Resident Evil. Silent Hill has Pyramid Head. You ain't killing Pyramid Head. He is going to wreck you. Your only option is to run. But they also use him very sparingly, at least in the games I've played. I've played like the first 2 Silent Hill games. Both when I was very young. Like, that's one of the things that makes, like, Amnesia very, like, terrifying. Is just the fact that you can't fight back. The most you can do is throw a chair into one of their faces and stagger them for a second. If you can even do that with the monster of the hour. Because, like, the water monster, you can't stop that. You just have to get on boxes and wait for it to leave. Like... And also, yeah, Justin, I'm referencing the jar. Ugh. That is the one thing that made me want to turn my mature filter on Imgur. The ambience has to be built right. But they can be rather terrifying if they're done well. Like, there are a lot of those types of games where they're not done well at all, and it does take you right out of the experience and just makes them frustrating. But, like, a good example I could give would be Five Nights at Freddy's. That game is partially only as scary as it is because you are trapped in that room and you cannot do anything to really fight back. Death is approaching and you don't know when. It's just approaching. Ow. Why are they... Ow. I actually kind of want to play a Five Nights at Freddy's game for Halloween. Possibly a fan game. I have one in mind, but I feel like it would be better saved for another day of the year. Ow. Somebody should make that. Ow. If I had any sort of, like, artistic talent, I would try. 'Cause I could probably program a Five Nights game, I can't draw it. No! That was so close. Five Nights in Inkopolis. All jump scares, no death, no. Ow. It should be like one of the Day Shift at Freddy's games. For those who don't know what those are, they are beautiful games. At least I think there's more than one. I've only seen Day Shift at Freddy's 2, but it is a beautiful game. Now see, if you do Inkopolis as a whole, then you can do it along the lines of Sister Location, where you go to all the different locations. I'm gonna go to a Luna. Have the only one that's actually dangerous be Flo's / Annie's. Flash your flashlight to keep Spike from stealing your shoes. Oh hey, Japan o'clock. Glad I have the Luna. Merch is just like Balloon Boy. He just kind of shows up to make noise and that's about it. Everyone's just out to steal your freshness. That feels like it could go very wrong very quickly, though. Like, that sounds like it would be a very different, game. Oh, jeez. Hello, Ink Rush. So I was gonna be like, just have each one of them steal a different article of clothing, but no. No, that would go very inappropriate very quickly. It would be the type of game where losing would undoubtedly be programmed to be the reward. Ow. Ow. We have beacons. Are they good beacons? Can't tell. No, no, they're not. Ow. I can't really get at the Splat Pro for being tryhard, because I'm kind of tryhard at the moment. But at the same time, my being tryhard is nowhere near as broken as their being tryhard. We're not doing bad, all things considered, but yeah, we are definitely gonna lose this one. If only our team had good beacons, we might have won. Though I can feel my voice kinda going, so I think I should probably end the stream off. As a reminder, I'm not fully better yet, but there should be a stream tomorrow. Should. If I feel worse again tomorrow, there won't be, but... If I kinda want to go one more match just to get the power rating, but I don't think my voice can handle much more. So I'll just end things off here. I will mention, for anyone who is new here, there is a Discord, should you wish to join it. It's linked in the description of YouTube and the info on Twitch. As I mentioned, I will be back streaming tomorrow. My streams tend to start around 11 PM Atlantic Standard Time. If they don't start then, they'll generally start by midnight Atlantic... Oh, this is Standard Time, but Atlantic Time. I forget which is which. There's Standard and Daylight, it's confusing. Tomorrow will probably be TF2. I don't know for certain, but it'll be something. Thanks everyone for watching, and hopefully I shall see you tomorrow for more streaming. See ya then!